Good evening. This is Luke Thomas, Holmquist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center, quakeprediction.com. It's 8 p.m. sharp on Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. 8 p.m. Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. And we have the forecast for California, Japan, Greece, and Alaska. We'll start with California. First of all, yesterday, if you're watching our forecast yesterday, we were calling for a foreshock situation in California before more of a strong or major earthquake coming up in the next 4 or 5 days in Southern California, or in California in general. We're going to know more specifically here very soon. But we got a 3.9, which was originally a 4.2. Originally came out as a 4.2, and I kind of like to go with what the computers say when they first come out, because that's what the computers are saying. 4.2 came out, and then they changed it to 3.9, 2.6, and 2.9 hit here southeast of Los Angeles. And we were calling for a 4.5 to 5.5. I mean, something still could, more significant can happen in that area tonight. But this peak here is on right here on the 12th, which is today. We were expecting a significant foreshock, and that's for that peak there. And we expect a much larger peak to be coming up in the next 4 to 5 days. And we're going to be keeping an eye on this very close. There's a very strong risk level here in the area near Los Angeles and the Salton Sea. Kind of where that quake already hit. Right there, there's a hot spot there just southeast of Los Angeles, and another one here near San Francisco Bay. And this latest map that came in today was in the area from Coalinga to northwest Los Angeles to Ridgecrest, this area. So we have a strong earthquake coming up in California. Excuse me. During the next 4 to 5 days, and tomorrow's data should be more significant to finding out the level of this graph here. Tomorrow, already the risk had started to come up in the newest data here, but we will know much better tomorrow and the next day how large of a peak is coming up here in the future. Right now, this peak is the one that produced this. It actually says 4.1 here, and there was a 4.2 that hit down near southeast of Los Angeles. This peak, this graph works very well at telling you how strong the quake is going to be. And then we have other ways of finding out the location. This here was right on here, 5.8, 6.2. This strong peak here produces 7.3 on the western portion of the Pacific plate, and that energy should have been in California, but was transferred across to the western side of the Pacific plate, and it was a 7.3. So we were lucky that that one didn't hit us. This produced a 4.8, and this one just now produced a 4.2, which they changed to a 3.9, and I still believe that was a 4.2. All right, so once again, stay tuned, because tomorrow and the next day we'll be able to get an idea of how strong this next peak is going to be, because it's not over. There's a tangle in the magnetosphere right here over Los Angeles to San Francisco Bay. There's a large area of tangled magnetosphere, and so expecting a strong earthquake in this area from San Francisco Bay down to Los Angeles. And again, we'll have a better idea of the timing on that and the location as we get maps during the next 3 to 4 days. Tomorrow should we get some better data. All right, in Greece, the risk is over here in eastern Greece right now and western Turkey. And we did get a quake right over there in eastern 4.1 in eastern Greece, and it can agreeing with this forecast map here. And then the 14th to the 15th, the risk shifts to the area near Albania. northern Albania, and northwest Greece coming up on the 14th and 15th. But the risk is in eastern Greece right now. And that produced this 4.1 right here in eastern Greece. All right. And in Alaska, our risk was in southwest Alaska. This is where that 6.8 occurred, 6.8 and 6.6. Now the risk is moving into the area southeast of near Valdez and southeast of Anchorage, here south and east of Valdez on the 14th and 15th. That's where the risk is moving into right now. Japan, the risk is in the south, and we just got a 4.8 down in the south there, verifying this data, showing the risk that's in the south portion of Japan. And like we showed you yesterday, there's not a lot of risk in Japan right now, but California, we're getting these strong peaks now in California. So we're getting a lot of activity. We'll see what happens in the next 24 to 72 hours, so we can know how large this next peak is going to be. Is it going to be a 5.8? Is it going to be a 6.2 or larger? We'll be able to know that in the upcoming 3 to 4 days. So stay tuned, and we'll give you a location and timing of this next big quake in California, because we have a lot of risk building up in the area between San Francisco Bay and Los Angeles. So stay tuned for that. Once again, we're getting a bunch of quakes down, and here's the most current one right now. We're getting a lot of, actually a swarm of earthquakes down here. There's 35 earthquakes that have occurred since we got that 3.9 in the area near the Salton Sea, and that's southeast of Los Angeles, this swarm of earthquakes down here. So stay tuned. We'll give you an update coming up tomorrow in tomorrow's video to see the location and timing of this next bigger quake. I mean, it could hit tonight, but we expect it to hold off a little while, and we'll be able to get some more maps and some more information on the next earthquake coming up. So this graph is made up of thousands and thousands of data points to help us tell you the strength of the earthquake. And then we have other maps to tell you the location of the earthquake. And this is based on 17 years of research, 17 years of research. And thank you very much to the 187,000 followers on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you very much to every one of you. The 17 years of research is finally paying off, and we're able to tell you the location and timing of these earthquakes. It's very exciting, and we thank you very much for your support, and we will tell you tomorrow what's happening as far as the next big quake coming to California, and we'll have more data on that. The 4.2 that hit in Southern California just a couple hours ago, or an hour ago or so, verified that peak on the graph that we had mentioned yesterday. We were expecting a 4.5 to 5.5, and it was a 4.2, which they changed to 3.9. They're always changing those. I wish they would let their computer do their job. And if you calibrate a computer correctly, I don't think you need to change the magnitude of the earthquake. Just let it be. So 4.2 hit down in Southern California about an hour ago, verifying that peak on the graph. Thanks so much again, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Very serious situation coming up in Southern California. We're looking for a very strong earthquake. The magnetosphere is very tangled up in California right now, and when that happens, you always get a very strong earthquake. Expecting at least a 5.0 and could be a 7.0. We don't know yet. We'll let you know what the graphs and the maps are saying tomorrow, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. We'll have a much better idea. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.